is Giselle Hernandez from your Political Science 150 class that meets Mondays and Wednesdays 10:30 to 11:45. In today's video, we're going to be focusing on the Political Science 150 midterm exam, and we're also going to be focusing on questions 1 through 15 and then the bonus question at the end. So let's get started. So the first question, what is the basis of conservative political philosophies and ideologies? And for this one, I picked B, the belief that existing political, social, and religious institutions are of critical importance. And I feel like this follows a more traditional route of the conservative party, or conservative ideologies. And and it provides order and stability. So question 2, which of the following terms best describe the absence of any kind of overarching authority or hierarchy? And for this one, I chose E, anarchy, because anarchy is the absence of control and centralized government, so it allows people to do whatever they want without any regards for anything else. And then for question 3, which of the following describes structures in which norms and power are created and maintained? For this one, I chose institution because I feel like institution matched this one the best. And institution, the definition for it is basically a society or organization that is built together because of educational, religious, or just social purposes. And it helps organize social life and it helps politics as well. So for question 4, what is power? So for these, I looked through all the options. A, the ability to control people. B, ability to get something done. C, military strength. And D, supernatural force. And the one that made sense the most to me was B, the ability to get something done, as we discussed in class. And yes. Question 5. What is the social mechanism of control in which people know that while they are not being watched all the time, they may be watched all the time? So for this one, it's a vocabulary term, and I'm not sure if I pronounce it correctly, and I'm sorry if I don't. It is panopticon, which it basically references surveillance and social control from the government, and I believe that matched more with the definition than anything else listed. So for question 6, which of the following is something democratic governments do for economies? The options for these one was A, create money, B, protect capitalism by introducing elements of socialism, C, manage market failures, or D, more than one of the above are correct. For this one, I chose D, more than one of the above are correct, because governments create money in order to provide stability and help with inflation. And then I chose C as well because they manage market failures and they help things such as like the roads, education, and just things like that to be able to help fix problems. And they use tax money to help fix problems. So then we'll move on to question 7. What is the tragedy and the tragedy of the commons? So I thought back to an example I had in my AP Environmental Science class, and I think about this whenever I think of tragedy of the commons. So it's basically that a fisherman, he goes into a river, he fishes, and he tries to gain max profit for the fish. So he grabs as many as he can. Then other people start doing it as well. And this basically shows an example of A, the first option. Shared resources are destroyed over time because in this example, the fish population is decreasing. And so it just has shared resources between all the fishermen and how it is destroyed. And so yeah, the answer for that one is A. So question 8, which of the following of the main reasons political theorists believe that utopia does not exist? For this one, I chose B because different people have different understandings of utopia, which I believe that is right because utopia is more of like a philosophy idea than a political one, and so it's just like what people prefer in an ideal society. So it's different for every single person. So then question 9, why do society, government, and economics share as a core feature of society? And then for this one, I put collective human activity because everybody has to participate in society, government, and the economy. If people don't participate, then it does not exist. And I feel like that has more influence than the other options that are listed. So the answer to that one is C, collective human activity. For question 10, which of the following necessarily involve individuals or groups of people trying to get what they want accomplished with public consequence? For this one, I chose D, politics, because with politics, you're able to vote on laws, you're able to help figure out policy, and then everybody they have a suggestion or they have a vote in the decisions that are made within the government. And then question 11, who is the author of a textbook in the political science 150 class? And it is C, Douglas A. Van Bell, which I don't think I need to explain that. And then question 12, according to our textbook, humans tend to lean towards which of the following? And for this one, I chose A, hierarchy, because it is a structure of authority and it helps humans feel stable and just calm and collected, which is what they naturally need. So for question 13, power and authority are, and for this one, I chose none of the above because the first suggestions were A, cause and effect, B, the same thing, and C, the ideal and the real. For this one, I chose D, none of the above because they're not necessarily always tied together, so they're not a cause and effect, so power doesn't always lead to authority. And then I didn't choose B, the same thing, because they're not related. They're not related and they're not the exact same at all. And then I didn't choose the ideal and the real because it is only ideal to some to have power and authority. So for that one, it is D. So question 14, what is the key difference between a nation and a state? So for this one, I chose A. A nation is not necessarily confined or recognized by geographic borders. And for this one, it is because a nation is more about religion, language, culture, while states have more borders and they're more structured geographically. And then the other ones don't line up with uh, what is said. So for question 15, what is the difference between neurodiversity and neurodivergence? So for this one, I put that neurodiversity describes a population and neurodivergence describes an individual. Because when we talk about diversity, we're talking about like the whole population together and combining everybody. And then when we describe neurodivergence, especially in class, we're usually talking about just one person in general and we don't speak about anything else. And then the other suggestions did not line up to what was asked. And then question X, extra credit, what is power? So for this one, the answer is B, the ability to get something done, because it is not military, it is not supernatural, and it is not control over other people. And so yeah, those are questions 1 through 15, and then that's including the bonus question. Thank you for watching.